Physical for one, very down to earth, honourable. I think that's the best way to describe myself in the 3 words. Aliens, the second one, the Sigourney Weaver, when they go to that planet, there's a reason for that. I watched it when I was 5 years old, right? And, and of course, no 5-year-old should have experienced aliens. I think I annoyed my mother so much that I wanted to watch it that she gave up and just put it on for me. And after an hour and a half of absolute horror, I was pretty much scared of the dark for the next 4 years at the age of 5. Your child, let's be honest, what you look at, your heroes are cartoons and characters and superheroes. Yes. Yeah, okay, it's probably Goku or something like that, and that's the reality. You brought to many of us, and especially people of my generation, will know a Dragon Ball, and growing up at age 5, and I mean, who would like to have godly powers at some point? Huh? I'm sure they could use it probably maybe not for the best intentions, but hey. But in hindsight, my hero really was probably my grandfather, the late Maurice Firstone. He died a few years ago. And he had such an amazing life. I mean, what a history that he created for himself. You know, served in the Second World War until now. And he raised me because my parents separated at a very young age. And when I look back and all the things he achieved and all the things he did for me, you know, educated me as a man, I think to myself, you know, if I had a hero, part obviously of some fantasy character, it would have to be him. I think over this Christmas, Ferrero Rocher has been my guilty pleasure. My Ferrero Rocher breakfast when I wake up, trying to drag my sorry self to the gym. I'll leave it at that. I was looking at a video a colleague of mine posted on Facebook, and it was about some volunteer doctors who had just gone around the world, and it actually happened to be, I think, in Latin America, where people can't afford healthcare. A young girl about age 6 or 7 had been born with a cleft lip, quite severe case of it, and they'd actually gone free of charge and operated her, and had perfect results. And it was just to see, and the video was curious because it actually showed, it was titled, "See the reaction in the girl's eyes is worth, all the time in the world that they took to actually go abroad, take some time out of work and actually try and help people." And you can see it because when she smiled at the beginning with obviously the condition she had, and then within the same day or two she's operated, and she sees herself for the first time in the mirror with a perfect smile, and obviously she's still stitched up, but she's like, she can't believe it herself, and it was so heartening. It's like touching, and I thought to myself, it's people like that right now at this point of life, and I've traveled so much around the world, I see people like that take that little bit extra out of their lives to help others in such a way, and they make such a difference. That those are my heroes nowadays. I see them and think, wow, I would buy that man a coffee if I met him. It's people like that. Those are my heroes lately. People's lack of concern about things like, not so much I would say carelessness, but lack of empathy sometimes. There's just the attitude of, well, I don't care, I'm okay. Well, sometimes you think, we should care a bit more about everything, about each other, mainly about each other. The reason being is people are so comfortable in their life sometimes that they just don't care about the world around them, in the sense that there's so much happening, so much going on, and people are so carefree as long as they're happy and they're good. And it's just a little bit of extra kindness sometimes goes such a long way. Just care a little bit more, and we'd all be in a much better place sometimes. Ancient Rome, there'd been an interesting period to watch. Go to the Roman Colosseum and watch a gladiator, that would be interesting. Modern day boxing match. Why not just go see the greatest moment of two warriors actually face to face? Awkward moments make me laugh. When you put people under the pressure where they're just out of their comfort zone, you see how they react. I'm guilty, I always do it to my wife, I reckon. Create an awkward situation and see how my family members and stuff, how they come out of their shell, or effectively how they react to the situation. As long as there's no harm done, of course, and not insulting or doing anything to put anybody in a position where they really might emotionally affect them or anything like that. It's only light-hearted humor. With a splash of milk and no sugar. So, thank you.